Check. Uh, hey guys, Misha Suvorov here. Let's do our Monday prep. There's something I came across over the weekend, which is the realization that this level came suspiciously close to price went suspiciously close to T1 level. So there is an alternative way to see the picture like this, which would mean that we are absolutely in the middle of nowhere. On the positive side, price never changed its direction. So this one thing is good because the change of directionality is on inferior time frame is the sign is an indication uh, of the change of directionality on of the change of contextual direction of the model on the superior time frame. So that's still all right. However, yeah, and there's that thing on daily. It just goes up, just goes up, goes up, goes up. Can't stop, won't stop. Here it tried, but then broke above. Well, yeah, it broke above. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can or should do at this point. Hourly looks good. Just corrected to 0.5 of the previous support. Then formed this balance, and now it's kind of like here in this balance. That's the last hour. That's the last hour. So this spring was volume. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything I really should do on this one. Except for maybe I was thinking about another trick I can do. You see what I mean? Just say if it hits this level and goes below, then change my take profit to that would suck though. No, that doesn't make any sense. Because I didn't take anything of here, so it's all in there. It's all I didn't take any profit yet, so it will just correct to 0.5. We'll keep a look. So yeah. But for the next time, it was a poor decision because price went like too close to resistance level, so I can go test this level easily. But we'll hope for the best. We'll keep it open because we keep an eye on this guy. Um, yeah, this is way better. Yeah, I only have half of desired position, so technically, if correct, somewhere around here, that would be goodbye. Um, HSBC. This also went kind of close-ish, but not even remotely close. You know what I mean? So this correction to 0.5 is way more natural to me. Yeah, with this volume, just looks good. Just looks good. Um, let's keep our trades open. Or shall we not? Because there is nothing we are waiting for them to do. Like this, technically, I can like consider adding. For whatever reason, it feels like comforting to me to like. Maybe it's like positive self reinforcement to have this. Oh wait. So if this close below, yeah. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, then this was something like this. Biggest volume here. Huh. Then this volume's. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah. These volumes are a little alarming. However, I mean, I like this volume. I don't know what I'm doing even. Just fooling around. Just fooling around. Um, just fooling around. Why did I like this so much? Because of this volume? Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I don't see any potential for this one to go. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, hey man, how's it going? How's your weekend? Um, t- um, um, if you want me to take a look at some stocks, um, be my guest. Shoot them at me as always, and I'll take a look. CRM. Yeah, CRM is something. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, let me finish here and I'll take a look. Like I'm just fooling around. I'm not gonna make a deal here though. So, but what's alarming though here is that Technically, my take profit should have been into half, but I really, really like these levels. The biggest level of entire um, shortwave on hourly. How was the minutes, by the way? Weekend was good, good. I'm glad for you. Mine as well. I had fun. Yeah, let me just finish on Dr. Pepper, the trade I'm in right now. Yeah, 5 minutes the same. It was biggest, biggest, biggest. Yeah, that's why I bought it. Now I remember. Okay, yeah. So I believe in the stock. Let's see what it does tomorrow. CRM, yes, of course. Salesforce. Uh, and they pay dividends and I don't have them? How come? Uh, how come? That's why. Because their dividends are zero. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm not gonna put it in my list. So I understand they are not. Oh, hold on. Oh, they are just about to pay dividends. Did they just start paying dividends? Yeah, they announced dividends. Wow. Wow. Huh. They're worth keeping an eye on then. They start paying dividends, it looks like. Okay, let's see what was going on here. Yeah, it was down there. This just crazy. Biggest volume here. It's weird. It's very habitual for United States stocks to have this like biggest volume of the impulse with the smallest spread for whatever reason. Either it's like how smart money do their business and kind of hide their traces. Yeah, it's in the perfect point five of the trend. It's way above its pivot point, its rotation point. So yeah, it's like looks like super duper extended. It's not necessarily a problem. Here's our all times highs. PM, PM, PM. Yeah, I would definitely consider the fact that we are at all time highs. Technically, it's continuation of the trend, your favorite. Um, yeah, the volume distribution is all right. There is nothing alarming there. Interesting. Just let me see. Yeah, yeah. Um, yes, daily. It just goes. It just goes. There was this balance ever since here. Not really. So it broke this balance. So more like this. Yeah. Mm. So this was here like in a balance, and then it again broke above, and this level is in place. Pim, pim, pim. Mm. And this volume. This is a great volume. Yeah, so that's. Oh, let's see your setup. Let's see your setup. Um, 31, 51. I still don't understand how you choose your stops. Is there any logic of how you put your stops? Because they kind of like, I don't see the logic in them. But you have to place them somewhere. So normally you want to put a stop to hide it kind of behind the volume that will protect your position. Yeah, like I see what you're doing as always, not within my rules. Um, so in the continuation of the trend, my rules are I can trade. I don't do that because of my statistics. I already told it, but like within the system that I explore, I could have traded on daily from here, like once it corrects here, something like this, springs and then goes up. But yeah, um, that's what I see. Mm, the directionality of the trend is in your favor. It's definitely in continuation of the long trend. It's definitely far above its pivot point rotation axis, so it already did its movement. It's an all-time highs on months ever. Mm, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but normally, so it's not a legit level like this or this, but it's in our face and it's interacting with all-time highs now, so you can expect some noise, not necessarily like reversal or stop of the trend, but at least some noise, some little correction or something. Yeah, and daily pretty much the same. That's a great volume. Is it the biggest volume? It's one of the biggest volumes of the entire long wave. Mm, this is kind of like alarming because hold on, what's going on here? Oh, uh, hey, expensive. What's going on with you? Do you have any stocks for us to take a look at? Do you have any setups, or just hanging out? If you need me to take a look at any stock, let me know. Expensive. Hmm. Like I do it for Casey right now. Um, Casey already feels like a long-time friend, like we've been forever acquainted. This volume is all right. It's all tested. So yeah, on daily, uh, mm, yeah, like this level is way more interesting for buy than where we at right now. So the reaction bar went higher. So if it went like an upthrust here, I would definitely tell you to stay away because that's like one of the biggest volumes of the waves and like way bigger than anything nearby, which can be like a distinctive sign of correction or reversal of the trend. However, the reaction bar went above. So now it's kind of your like support level. So this is good. And your stop loss is below this level and below this level, which was the balance the last time like price stopped and accumulated here, changed the trend phase from impulse to balance, then broke above and confirmed. And yeah, so once again, um, my only problem with this setup, Casey, is all-time highs. We are right in all-time highs and we don't know how it's going to react. Probably. Let me see. I don't really do it because, like, once again, price doesn't interact. It's not a level. It's historical level. Yeah, I would say that there is a possibility of like price start being jerky, like correcting or doing something at all-time highs, just because like market participants tend to respect this level. Once again, for me, it's hanging in the air. For a swing trade, I would have traded from here, or I would go down in temporality in the time frame and mm, just watch it here and try to find something to enter here, like of this level or something like this, for a short, quick, sweet. I'm sorry, this would be swing trade, and the daily would be investment. But yeah, you're trying to pick it right from up there high. Um, I'm not gonna even chart like 1 hour, but you know my ideas. Like probably like from here, point 0.5 of the previous. No, point 0.5 is really. Uh, yeah, no, yeah, it would be here. Yeah, somewhere around here for a quick trade, or uh, somewhere around here for the investment trade. So, and this volume is very alarming. Even though the reaction bar is still up, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, months is up. Months is bullish. Day is bullish. Everything is bullish on the positive side. This volume is concern of mine, and this all-time highs is concern of mine. And the market itself, like look at the market. It's kind of it's above, but if you look like historically, you see all-time high correction, all-time high correction, all-time high correction, all-time high correction. It's like habitual for the market correction to correct after all-time highs, and it makes sense. So I would be careful. Yeah. Anything else? Do you have anything else to take a look at? Yeah. AstraZeneca just waiting to come to this level. Lockheed 1 2 1 2 is in a balance right now. So if it comes here, manipulates, it's goodbye. Pepsi is still here. We'll be looking at it tomorrow. Boom, 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 boom. It closed, so now officially that's the level. I'm a bit concerned about the volume. Oh, it's the last volume of the day. Never mind. So this is the biggest volume. Yes, I really wouldn't mind a script for trading view that would eliminate this like volumes, the last volumes of the day. They're just annoying. Uh, yeah, but day looks good. Months doesn't look that great though because it broke down. Yeah, we'll keep an eye. Oops. WDC probably maybe will never give us an option to test. I don't know whether it's good or bad, but yeah, I just gapped up. If it bounces of this volume, comes here for a test, that will be a buy. But you see what it did? Sometimes I don't understand United States market because, like, look, like here, right after the launch, it just makes this candle with this like uber ultra volume, but no spread at all. How is it possible? So it means like buyers were buying, but someone like supplied all this stock at this level. Why? I don't know. AMD. Okay, what do you have for AMD? Hmm. Yeah, gold. Continue watching. Let me check CVS real quick. Yeah, manipulates this level. It can manipulate this level, but bounces of this level, it's a buy. Yeah, let's take a look at AMD. AMD, I think, doesn't pay dividends. Yeah, it does not. I would have had it otherwise. Oops, no. What was that? Huh? Notes? Uh huh. Yeah, come on. Yeah, it doesn't pay dividends. Not my jam. Oh, you already showed me this setup. You didn't. Did you enter here or not? This is your setup, Casey. 93. Let's check how it changed. You missed this one? Still trying to hop on this train? Yeah, continuation of the trend on. Yeah. Well, now it's a confirmed break of the resistance level on daily. So it continues, like it broke the monthly level and it broke out of this balance. And it wasn't really balanced, but I mean, some accumulation phase. And it just goes higher. You know how they say, stay, sell in May and stay away? I think that might be the scenario for this year's market. It can continue actually to grind like slowly till like around May, and then doing an exhaustion volume, something like that will hype and like bring people to mm, euphoria. Everyone buys, and then boom, uh, correction. At least I'm not even mentioning the possibility of uh, default on the government budget. That would be a nightmare. So yeah, we already like went over it. It's in continuation of the trend. The biggest volume is here on Jump Over Creek, which is good. Reaction bar is up. It's officially continuation of the trend now. Um, it has space to go in terms of the pivot point, on this like rotary axis. It has plenty of room to go. Daily looks good. Here was the transitory extremum. It accumulated here for a little while. And this volume is also kind of like in continuation of the trend. So even here we could say with this volume, so most likely it wants to break it. It accumulates, it breaks up. Once again, I wouldn't buy from high. So within my rules, the buy would be like from actually, yeah, from previous. Well, you can put it here now. It doesn't make sense otherwise. So yeah, that would be a good buy for me, like this. If it comes here, boom, spring, and then go. Um, but we know how you like to trade in continuation of the trend. So this looks better than the previous guy you showed me. What was it? The Salesforce. Salesforce was at all-time highs. AMD is already above it. So nothing alarming. Is just like, once again, like you want to find the acceleration of the wave which you're experiencing right now. You see how it was like the beginning of the wave correction. So this is like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and then like boring phase 5, which is also called like retailers. What you're implying here with this setup is that this acceleration, like the longest, strongest third phase of the Elliott wave. You know Elliott waves probably one, two, three, four, five. So what you're saying here, you're saying, hey, Misha, I think that this like third wave will continue just like this, which is possible, but it already made its move. So it can do something like this and then correct, and then you're trying to hit the take profit with your, mm, say, gosh, English is failing me, with the retail wave, the fifth stage of it. I don't use like Elliott waves for my. I do wave analysis, but it's all encoded in my like in the system that I use. But you see what I'm saying? So like that's how the wave goes normally. Where's our brush? So it begins, then it corrects like deeply, and then it boom, and then boom, and something like super boring, boom, and that's it. So smart money, first wave correction, all the rest, like the public participation phase correction, retailer phase, like where all the smart money sells already, like here, and like the retailers try to make a last buck. So we are here on this wave on daily, boom, boom, that's your daily trade. Somewhere towards like this level. And you're saying that you're like somewhere around here. And you're saying that it will just go like up to here, and you put your stop loss like somewhere around here. I think that's like I would feel way better for this wave to correct here and then go, because it's fractal within the every wave. It goes like in another 5 movements. So this wave also breaks down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I'm not like crazy about your style of entry points, but I'm no judge and I'm no teacher, and I make no evaluations. I just like compare our views. And my view is that you're on the right side of the market. It's definitely long on months with nothing in our face. It's definitely long on day with nothing in our face. The volume distribution is good. It's a little bit alarming too that like similar volume, you see how it's like almost the same volume, but the spread narrows, which means that someone was supplying all this volume. So like this volume, which was fighting against the sellers whose interests were accumulated here with this volume, like a good volume T1, and then this bar, like that bar is a battle. It's a fight in between buyers and sellers, and buyers win and they go higher with this volume. And then the next bar, which actually went like in gap with retest, which didn't really test with this tail and then went up. So like the next day comes in, the 1st of March, and then the buyers apply the same effort. They buy the same volume of the stock, but the bar doesn't go. After this, it should have gone like even higher, because like where this supply is coming from, the sellers were if that was in continuation of the trend, like the sellers would be like all here, which it's not critical, but it's just like bar analysis. So we do like wave analysis and bar analysis. So yeah, it gapped in the beginning. Tried to retest. That was all for retest, and then again, boom, boom. You see how heavy it is, and all this volume. It's like this volume is bigger than here. So it opened with this volume on hourly on February 29th, and it was fighting against all the sellers, all the supply that was offered here, and it broke above with this volume and grinded higher. And then the next day, where there is nothing here, it gaps up because like I mean, buyers are happy, but then this volume comes in and there's like tail. So someone was just supplying all the demand that was enthusiastically applied here. So that would be another like a little kind of consideration of mine. Yeah, you see, but it's okay. It's not. I'm just like I'm trying to be. I'm trying to give you the most intel I can. I can get you, right? So that would be like that looks a little odd and strange, but there's a lot of things that I don't understand on the market and no one understand on the market. But yeah, it's a fact. Similar volume, I would expect this spread to be smaller because of how much fight there was here, and then this spread to be like wider. But it's still a bullish bar. It's still a reaction bar that closed above, not only above the resistance level, but also like bullish. Looks good. So yeah, um, you're definitely on the right side of the things. And this volume accumulated here, so this volume needs to. This is the effect, effort. I'm sorry, and it will provide a result in the impulse, and this is the cause, and the effect is going to be somewhere here. It's just like within the wave analysis. I think you're like in. mm, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Like concerning this like long impulse, I don't think it's a very favorable entry point. This is more favorable, even so this. But yeah, other than that, everything looks good. An hour looks good, and yeah, and there is no point to go on daily. Anything else? Um, Oof, I hope it goes here. Yeah, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Wait, this is good. This is good. Heinz. Oh, okay, we're looking at Heinz. Yeah, this is not monthly. This, my friends, is daily watch. Wait, what? Cisco. Cisco. Do you have any more stocks for me, Casey? I know you do. I sorry I was so sleepy last time. I was like, I was crying how much I wanted to sleep. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning. So I'm sorry if I was not like uh, at my best. I was just dying. Yeah, I was trying to say that that was a counter trend, spring test resumption. And you see how here, like how virtual stops have. I wouldn't like set up this deal because it's not a valid good deal. But if I was to, and it's like far beyond zero point 0.5. Volume is great though. Volume is amazing. But yeah. Ooh, look at this. You could have just bought it here. Like it's not a spring, but just it's just right in the air. Test, resumption of buying, boom, go. I'm new. Random J. Hey, Random Joe. This is Insight you giving us cool. Didn't know people stream this. I'm loving it. Oh, thank you, Random J. Yeah, sure. I'm paying it forward. Someone taught me all that. Someone did that to me. Someone gave me all this knowledge. And like retailers, unfortunately, don't carry that much knowledge of the market, like structural knowledge of the market that you can give. So I feel it's my civil duty almost to pay it forward, and it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't take me much, I'm just like analyzing the market. I'm trading. I'm setting up my own trades, and I'm kind of verbalizing everything. I'm creating this narrative, and whenever people ask, like Casey asks me for setup, I'm just I'm doing my best to help, and it's also like I grow from that. So thank you for your kind words. If you have any stocks you want me to take a look at, I'll be glad to do it for you. Stocks, crypto, like ETFs, any financial instrument that's on your mind or you're looking at, I'll be glad to analyze it for you. But yeah, I was saying, so even like it's not a valid setup within my system, but even if it was, you see how virtual like stops help. Um, I'm in the process of learning candlesticks. Okay, I'm looking for a career change. I love the analysis of it all. I'm addicted to this. Can't stop looking at charts. Yeah, man, I feel you, Random J. Um, I majored finance in 2004, and yeah, then I was learning markets, and yeah, like look for a good. Um, let's look at crypto. Let me wrap it up on that. I was just saying that even if I was wrong and entered here on the wrong side of the market, I wouldn't like lose my money because my stop loss would be triggered, virtual stop loss, mental stop loss, I call it. Then I would have moved my take profit to break even. And you see, the very next day, the very same day, the market lets me out. So I would be out of this deal. There's no consequence for my trading account. Had a huge spike right now just watching NTC USD. Let me see. Uh, Actually, I was using crypto to learn. Are you sure? NCT, NCT. I don't know. Like I don't know this crypto. NCT USD. Uh, they're not even on Binance. Which um which exchange? Watching, yeah, that looks like a safe bet. Cisco, no, that was like the Cisco. Look, it was counter trend. So no, you can only trade counter trade till the half of the range, and it's far below zero point 0.5. So it's like too deep for correction. So now it's spring again, but there is no volume on the spring, and it already reached like its motion potential. I would only take this trade if it was here nicely like this, and then test it, but like right on test it like flies away. So no, only in point 0.5. Coinbase, okay. Let's take a look at your crypto NCT. That's why I don't know it, because it's not on Coinbase. And like on crypto I would trade futures, like perpetual futures. I'm looking on what kind of trade is it, like monthly, daily? That was something, and then there was this. Yeah, that was a level. Um, do you have a setup in your mind, or you just like kind of watching the stock? Coinbase. Yeah, Coinbase has terrible commission structure. The past 20 minutes. So you're like looking at 5 minutes, or like what time frame are you looking at? And in any way, you always start analyzing from monthly to get the context. Even if you do a day trade, you need to chart it all from like the superior to inferior time frames. Um, so yeah, look how the Polish worm is doing. It wasn't this like short trend, and then what was the biggest volume of the short trend? It was here. So this is was the but considering this tail, it wasn't really level, and yet you see it tried to hold it here, but it broke. So it wasn't this short trend, and then it corrected to the T2, to the resistance level of the short trend. However, I would say it's a correction because you see like strength, weakness. However, this volume comes in, and this is alarming. 1 minute. So, bro, I'll tell you what, Random J, um, stay away from 1 minute. Like do the five. Oh, I'm sorry. The 5 minute is the smallest time frame you want to go, because like 1 minute has too much noise unless you're like scalping or doing something that I'm completely like not within my, kind of like strategist. If you do any kind of trading based of the technical analysis, whatever it is, so like 5 minutes, and like I experimented with like most of the time frames, like 5 minutes is the last one, the smallest one, um where the ratio of noise and like real movement is still reasonable, because after that it's just like 1 minute has so much noise. It's like any form of technical analysis you use works of the psychology of the market, of the group dynamics of the market participants, even though like even if it's like bots, they're still programmed by humans, so bots reflect the psychology of human beings anyways. So just my advice to you, like 5 minutes is the lowest you can go, unless you do some kind of like high frequency trade with like scalping, whatever, like some things, or algo trading, the things that I'm not aware of. But anywho, it wasn't this long, I'm sorry, short impulse just dropped here. And then I would definitely say it's a correction, and see this, like it didn't close the bar. Normally what it wants to break the level, especially counter trend, like it needs to change the trend here, the direction of the trend. Normally when it wants to break, it comes like cripples close to the level, accumulates, so kind of like accumulates the like power, the shares, and then breaks, makes a violent move up to break. But when it does like a violent move like this from down below, normally it's no, you're good. I watched the 3 minute, 5 minute typically, but I moved it to one to see what is happening and will use your advice. I appreciate it. Yeah, of course, Random J. No problem at all. Yeah, like 5 minute I think is kind of like is the lowest you can go for day trade. So for your day trade setups, you work of an hourly chart as a context, and then you go, once you have a good setup on it hourly, you sink down in 5 minutes. For your swing trades, you get your context from daily, and then you sink down to hourly, and enter from hourly chart. And from your investment trade, you get the context from monthly, and then you go to day. But in either case, you need to see all the superior time frames to understand what's going on. So this bar, manipulation bar, doesn't look like it wanted to break this resistance level, because it started from down there. It hit the resistance level, and it formed this bearish tail. So whatever buyers were demanding here, like buying to break it, the sellers were supplying, and it closed below the level it was manipulating. So it didn't break it and close above, not a tick. It closed and well below. So now we're like seeing the reaction bars. So we'll only consider the manipulation completed once this reaction bar closes in the end of March, by April 1st. If it closes bullish, no matter above or below this level, if it just closes bullish long, then this level is considered broken, but not till then. For now it holds, and it looks like it's gonna hold. If not for this level, we'll analyze it a little bit. But like the level is a little bit unusual, volume is a little bit unusual, but it can be related to the battle that happened here, which we'll see on the, yeah, exactly. You see, uh I know the like crypto market also looks extremely bullish, um and like Bitcoin is almost at all-time highs, and like all other cryptos are vibing. But I'll be very, very careful with that. Once again, the oops, I'm sorry. The way what's funny? Hold on, was it NCR? No, wait, what was the ticker? NCT. NCT is the um What it's yeah, that volume that you arrowed I saw on the trader view hot map. So I was like, what's happening? Well, yeah, normally when you see volume, it's like already happened. So you gotta like have a system that will allow you to get prepared for uh, to make you move before the volume happens, before the main moves, because like trying to hop on the last cart of the train, not always a good idea. Let me see. Goes down, down, down. Just trying to get a sense of what was going on here. Wow. Boom, boom. It wasn't this. Well, yeah, technically, but it bounced of this. I would say this crypto doesn't have enough of liquidity to form like a good levels. Yeah, it was like transitory extremum. Then it's kind of like broke it here. It did some levels, yeah. And then here, and then here. Gosh, here it broke above. Yeah, that would be valid to say that. That would be like too wide. So technically, let me see. Technically, yeah, you can, yeah, you can say that it formed the level here, and then boom, here, and then oh my gosh, here, yeah. Was it up? It was up, right? Up. Yeah, you can even see it as a huge something like this. I wouldn't though. It's like too much. It's not bad though, and like let me see, the level is broken anyways. I know I'm kind of talking gibberish, but I'm just trying to make long things fast. It just broke this level, so but it would be even valid to say I don't like how wide this is, but you can even say that the day level is like something like this. That was the day resistance level. So wide though. But I've seen like this. So I did this up thrust, and you see this is the biggest volume of the entire uh, long wave. So the long wave that was coming from here, also you can call it a correction. Oops, not even this. So it was the short impulse on monthly, and then it bounced and started this correction, and it was correcting, like boring weakness, and then it comes to this level, and boom, this volume comes in. So the entire volume of the months that I've said was alarming. Um, it's right here. It's up here. Mm-hmm. We were looking short or long on this stock, or we're just exploring, because um, yeah. Remember, I've said that this volume is a little like alarming because it doesn't look like correction. It's like the correction, and this also like the correction volume should not be more than the short impulse volume. However, like when you switch, that's like how you explore the benefits of connecting superior and inferior time frames. On the inferior time frame, you see that the entire volume is here in the upthrust, and I can tell you exactly what was going on here with this volume. So the buyers were coming, and again, you see, like also like the more I think reasonable ways to see the day level here. So it broke and now kind of like forms new levels, but you can also like technically you can see it like this. So it didn't like cripple up and then break it up. It came, and like kind of like down from here. It starts like It's like a price magnet. The levels, especially the levels of superior time frames, they're like price magnets. The price just gravitates to them. So the price goes, and like here, all these buyers who were like aggressive, they were like trying to buy and break through this level. They met all the supply necessary to rotate them, to like turn them around. So there was some sellers over here at the resistance at the T2 level of this short trend that supplied all the demand that was here. So they killed all the buyers, didn't even let them close above the money. It doesn't matter, like, because you only watch how it closes relative to its own time frame. And to its own time frame, you see like the daily resistance level, and most of the spread, most of the body of the bar is below. It did close above, and then the reaction bar. That's why we need the reaction bar to understand what really is going on. And the reaction bar closing below, and then it tests. This little test shows the weakness and closes below. So technically, even this was a short entry on daily, like 1 to 2. Yeah, no, it's wait. It doesn't count right. I don't believe you. You're saying 2 will be no. Hold on, something is off. No, I don't understand. Huh? 63%, so 120. Something is off. Oh, that's why maybe. Oh, okay. No, this is not real. What the heck? I don't know what's wrong. Hold on. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Uh, say, yeah, I'm riding the wave of crypto at the moment, just watching what's moving fast, trying to get in. Then I convert it to BTC, then waiting for the halving, hoping to cash to start trading stocks. It will be small account. Yeah, I feel you. Like first steps, they're the most important ones. It's very important to establish yourself right on this, mm, investment ground. So yeah, definitely seek some education. Educate yourself. Same deal. I don't know why this guy is freaking out, but I was gonna say like 1 to 2 is a good idea, and I think maybe 1 to 2 is somewhere here. Yeah, this looks like 1 to 2. I don't know why it shows me like this. It shows me some gibberish, but yeah, this is not a bad trade. It's like a little bit too like, what am I gonna call it? Too wide, too like big. I would wait for levels to form and then show you exactly what's going on with trading view. It feels like it's ranges. What's going on? Yeah, you see, this is like a little too wide, 1 to 2. So I would wait, or even go on monthly and see what's going on. But technically, it's an entry. Like, so 2 bar up thrust test, uh, resumption of the sales. So you saw the weakness. There is no more buyers are dead, and now 3 tests. To play shorter, I would put a transitory extremum here, but that was your legitimate entry point. Like if you, but it will take you like, I don't know, at least a month to for this trade to be fulfilled. That would be like a more compact way to look at it. Is do transitory extremum and wait for new levels to form. Come on. Oh gosh, this is annoying. Okay, yeah. So this is local extremum, this is transitory extremum. That's where it changes the um, directionality. Hmm. Yeah, small account is definitely a good idea to start. So it would go manipulate this level, and then if it comes back, or like kind of look for what it's gonna do here. Also, let's switch over to hourly, and boom, once again, same deal we see again and again and again. So that's how it bounced. And you see again on hourly, it confirms our theory. You see the volume distribution? Whole volume is right. It's just by the book. What I like about crypto, they're very good like to begin your trading journey because they're 24/7. They're so obvious. They're so visual in their volume distribution and all the rest. You see how this volume is like the biggest volume of the entire, yeah, of the entire trend. So it does look like it reverses. It does look like it reverses like so very much. Mm, it doesn't look like it breaks through. Anything can happen, and market will always find ways to prove you wrong sometime. But for now, the volume distribution just went there, biggest volume. So what was happening here on 1 hour is all these buyers were sold, and that's why it rebounds and then retested, and there is no volume after that whatsoever. And it formed the levels. Let's see for entry points on hourly. So yeah, like I think this this coin looks mm, bearish to me. It looks like it's gonna go down. Yeah, it broke here, biggest volume here. That was an entry point. No, there wasn't because it wasn't zero point 0.5 at no point. Yeah, it didn't really give us an entry point yet um, on hourly, but you could have day traded it. That was kind of, then it formed this balance. Yeah. Yeah, no one went above. So yeah, it was accumulating. No volume even remotely close to. But I wouldn't be buying here on hourly because it needs to correct to 0.5. But like daily, you could have traded all this like here, here, here. Like there was like probably a bunch of entry points on daily. I don't want to go on daily right now. It's just gonna take too long. So yeah, now it tries to break. Oh, okay. You have a good eye. See, this is like an entry point on hourly probably. Yeah. And you see again, like same deal. It goes like to the 0.5 of this entire uh, the beginning of short wave, and then it hits it. And you see this tail? Like all the buyers who tried to do something here with all this splash of volume, the biggest volume of this entire um, correction, clear sign of reversal. It's like almost looks by the book. And that's where you can like go on the um, zoom in temporality and go to monthly and even day trade. Oh, 5 minutes. I mean, not monthly. So that was a transitory extremum of 5. The biggest volume, it kind of like ends up high there. um, but again, you see the biggest volume of the 5 clear. That's like, cryptos are great because uh, they're so vivid and clear in for volume spread analysis because they're 24/7. However, I don't trade them. I studied with them Bitcoin. Perpetual futures on Binance is something that I back trade. Still, I have a stock for you, ADL. Curious to see. Yeah, let's finish up with this guy. I'm already curious because it's like, it looks so cool. um, yeah, there is no entry point on 5 minutes yet, but if it closes the reaction bar below this level, it's a buy. It's a buy. So if it closes below, it's a buy. And like, this is more realistic. You see, this is like 1 to 2 good deal um, on our, yeah, way more. Yeah, that would be a good buy. And I wouldn't be worried about the support level in our phase because it's in direction of the trend. Um, but yeah, this looks short. This looks extremely short. And it's funny they don't have it in, what is crypto? I don't even know this exchange, Osmosis. And they have a futures. But the other thing is you cannot sell, probably, right? You cannot short crypto. Oh, and that's why no one can short it. Yeah, do they have like a futures? Is it a futures? Tether? No, it's USDT. They don't have a future even. Oh no, like, no. Oh, it's NFT. It's something else. Yeah. Yeah, so you cannot even short this crypto. That's another problem. Unless crypto and American exchange, they don't have it. Exchanges. In order to gain from here, you need the futures so that you can sell it short. But yeah. Oh, hey, Casey. Hold on. Random J was first. We'll take a look at ADIL, and then we'll take a look at your builder or whatever it is. So Random J, I hope it helps with the Polyswarm. Ooh, look at this. Is it like, you see when it does like this at regular hours? Dude, this stock just doesn't have volume. Um, doesn't pay dividends. Yeah, look, market cap 5 millions. This stock. So in order for our system to work, you see on daily, in order for our system to work, it needs to have enough liquidity and volatility, and needs to be traded by people or bots created by people at the auction, where best price, best bid, and best ask is satisfied first, and auction does its best to facilitate the trade. But, and you see, some volume came in though. That's interesting. Was there a split? Was it split 1 to 25? Oh, but regardless, like, it wouldn't influence. Let's take a look just for, uh, I don't know, peace of the mind. Um, so yeah, it's interesting, this volume. So someone like bought a lot, unless it's like some technicalities because of the split, and I'm not quite sure how it all works on charts with splits. But yeah, it was like all the way short. Um, then there's nothing even to analyze because then this volume comes in and like kills it all. This was the biggest volume, I think. So technically, right now it's a reaction uh, bar of this significant bar, but it doesn't really matter because You cannot even compare these two volumes to this. You see, there was some volume, and then plum. But it's a 5 million stock. It's just it's manipulated by. It's not a free market deal. You know what I mean? Um, there is no free hand of the market for this guy whatsoever. It's just manipulated by some people. Um, this 5 millions in market cap. Yeah, it's just I'm just fooling around. Really, it's this is something that I would never ever touched, and it broke above. Yeah, now on daily, it's like yeah, no, stay away from like stocks like this. When you go to, I use stock screener, and in stock screener, I choose. Um, I go by thing called. Hold on, didn't I have my stock screener pre-saved? Yeah, this guy. So I choose stocks that pay dividends. All the United States exchanges except for over the counter OTC, like stay away from this. I want stock to pay dividends because I use virtual stop losses. So if I get stuck in the stock, at least it pays me dividends. And I don't use by market cap, but you definitely want it to be at least like I don't know 10 billions and above. And your stock is like 50 millions and below, like stay away. Like you don't want to like 50 millions even, and that stock is like five. um it's just I don't know, it's just small stock and it's all negative all the time. Yeah, I mean it's just no, bro, like I'll be honest with you. Glad you like the find. Yeah, yeah, stay away from this, dude. It's just it's not tradable unless you have like some I don't know some valuable insights about this stock. It's just the volume once again. Like I don't go by market cap, but what I do is I choose uh volume by no price by volume. I think price no volume by uh gosh volume by price. Yeah, and I choose like billion and above. Even like 100 millions would be all right, but not 5 million cap. But technically, to wrap up on the stock, what it did here, it's like it was definitely a short trend. Mm, yeah, like that's like random J. I hope you're not gonna get offended because I did it a lot, but I call it the noobs mistakes. Like I was looking for some like hype stocks that made a crazy movement or like stuff like that. And that's actually the stocks you want to stay away from. You don't want any meme stocks. They'll just take your money. They'll just blow up your trading account. They are not a subject by a technical analysis because they don't follow the normal psychology of the market and the like group dynamics. The group behavior dynamics in these stocks is just bananas. It doesn't make any sense. And like the chart is this this chart has no sense. It just hurts my eyes. So technically, it broke above, and now it's in the just to wrap up on the stock on daily. Um, it broke above this level, and it's hard to. And once again, this monthly levels, you see, they all came in 3 days. So all the February volume came in 2 days. Someone started doing something with the stock. Someone is buying it. Right, that's why not at all. This is business. Yeah, best to learn from the community. That's why I'm here. Yeah, yeah, Random J, and that's exactly why I'm doing this. So I've been learning from um, people like myself now, sometime in the past, and I wouldn't get offended to them telling me the truth. I was actually grateful because only friends will tell you the truth. So you see, it was like nothing, and then someone started doing something like on two last days of February. Someone just like bought whole bunch of stock, probably comparing the volume. Someone just bought out like the entire stock. I don't know, like how much stock did they buy, have they bought, but yeah, someone just like was waiting for the stock to fall down all the way and then just bought it for a penny on the dollar. And if you want to join this party, I don't know whether they do like pop and dump. I don't know nothing about what they're planning to do with the stock, but this stock is definitely manipulated by uh, some person of group of people or business entity that, unless you are acquainted with or really understanding what they are doing, you're setting yourself for disaster. So um, maybe not though. Maybe the stock is the next like big find. Maybe it's the next, I don't know what they even do, pharmaceutical, some kind of pharmaceutical. Maybe they're next Pfizer, or I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just saying this stock is not a subject for technical analysis because there is no group dynamics. There is just someone who just was silently watching for this stock to sink down to the below a buck, and then in 2 days, in 3 days, just bought it all. And here already met some resistance. You see how like this volume is comparable to this. You see how much of the spread this bar gave is this volume, even though it was breaking through the day level. And then this bar comes in, and with the same volume, it has like half of this spread. And you see how much volume was here. Like that's where the battle was. There is still some. I mean, there's something going on. It's not like just empty. There was some, yeah, there was some like sellers here, but buyers like obviously won, and that formed this tail here when it closed. When it closed, gosh, on 28th, when it closed here, right? Am I right? Mm, yeah, it gave us a tail, and then it corrected 2.5. It kind of like follows the patterns a little bit. You see how it here corrected to 0.5 and then went higher. But yeah, bro, I mean, you also call it political stock sometimes. So like stock that is not moved by the free market. So there is like a law of supply and demand, the law of cause and effect, and law of effort and result. It follows the patterns. The funniest thing about it still follows the patterns. But once again, I would never ever. It's kind of like a pink slip stop. It's Nasdaq though. I know. I don't do these deals. So maybe you found the next like big thing. Maybe it will go back to like 2050 to 50 like this, like skyrocket. But someone definitely did some moves here. Um, yeah. The more I look at it, the more you get me interested. uh, if I was to buy this stock, it's just like bought it, I don't know, like 1,000 shares and put it aside forever for my grandchildren. Because was anything on the news? Something happened here. Like either there was a news about this company, with this like pharmaceutical company. Sometimes they get some, I don't know, approval for some next magic product. I don't know, ketamine, whatever. um, and they just skyrocket the hype on the news, and then they can crash again, or they can take off. Or if there was no news available for retailers, it means that some investor or someone like, I don't know, who knows something about the company or whatever. Look how many shares in this in this 3 days they moved 300 million shares. There were news. What happened there with the stock? I never trade news. Um, how many shares are there? Ownership. Yeah, kind of 90% of the shares are in free float. Oh no, no, that's just terrible. Like if I get it right, it only has 1.6, 1.5 million shares in free float. And I'll look at this. So normal volumes are like, yeah, you see, normally within the months it trades, like up to like 100% of its free float. Here it would trade like three times of its free float. Sometimes it would like trade like 10%, 5% free float. And then in 3 days, it trades 200 times. So each free float share was moved 300 times in 3 days. So each share was moved. How it's even possible? If my math is not off, or correct me if I'm wrong, it means that like each share was moved 200 times in 3 days. So like 70 times each share, each free float share was bought and sold 70 times every of these days. Like almost 100 times here. Here it dropped to 30. And here, yeah, there was news. Pharmaceutical announced exercise of warrants for 3 points. It's all gibberish to me. Exercise of warrants for 3.5 millions. I don't know what it means, but yeah. So it's not even someone accumulated the stock. If someone accumulated the stock, I would say, you can kind of like lurk on whales and sharks and kind of join them and kind of like go in the direction. That's the base. That's the heart of the volume spread analysis. You figure out the direction of the strengths and direction of the weakness, and if they're opposite, you enter the market in direction of the strengths and against the weakness. That's the core idea of entire volume spread analysis. But here it's not even strengths. It's not someone who bought, I don't know, half of their 1.5 million free float shares, but it's just like people who chaotically moved its entire free float supply 300 times, 200 times in 3 days. That's bananas. Predominantly here, right on hourly. Yeah. So, like in this 1 hour on opening, did the news come out in 28th? This was the title of the article. Not sure what it's saying, though. I heard news. Yeah, it's, um, like trading on the news doesn't give you legitimate entry spots. So yeah, I think enough of this stuff. So like, I mean, even though it looks sexy, when you see like bars like this, volumes like this, you tend to get excited. But it's really nothing unless, I don't know, unless you have some super valuable insights. Because yeah, people start chaotically buy and sell shares here, not even accumulating. Um, March 1st. Interesting. So someone was doing it 2 days before, but I mean, anyhow, I think enough on that because I just don't do news. I don't do fundamental analysis. I don't do news. Casey, if you're here, let's take a look at your builder. I know the builders farsers. First of all, I like the stocks that have tickets that correspond to the name, and the name of the stock is clear, and it reflects what it does. I'm not sure uh, what exactly they do, but they build something, and that's reflected in their uh, name, and I can read it of their ticker. um, Ideal gained 6 the pharmacy was awarded a new patent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Opioids use disorder. Okay, so some treatment against the heroin addiction and opioids. Yeah, those are like I call it political stocks, like stocks that hyping on the news. Uh, Unless once again, like have you have like a big industry insights, how much money do they need to raise now so that to convert this patent to a full scale production and work on all the lobbying of politicians, which we call bribing back home, and like kind of doing all publicity so that the, I don't know, some kind of activists didn't raise the movement to ban them because they're working with opioids, or some news come out so that they use a more severe drug in order to, like, this methadone thing, when they were like treating heroin addicts with the stuff that's more harmful than heroin itself, you know like there is so many like um variables in this equation that are completely outside of my reach of consciousness, and I have no time to do all this research. It's a different type of trading. But yeah, and once again, if I saw that someone accumulated, like I could have imagined that some like, and once again, when they, real quick, I don't want to go back to the chart, but when smart money, when institutional market participants accumulate the stock, they'll do it in a way that the price will not go from $0.77 to $3. They will never allow the, they'll be accumulating the stock in this boring sideways environment so that like they get the best price of it, like something like this, something boring, not interesting, before like grinding higher. That's called accumulation. There's accumulation, um, market participation, and distribution. That's again the core idea of technical analysis, not only volume spread analysis but any technical analysis. I don't see that in that stock. And this 5.5 million free float, 300 million shares moved in 3 days. Like, come on. uh, it's like a mammoth stock. It's like GameStop or AMD or something like that. Okay, back to Casey's builder. Casey, if you're still here, this is long. What was your setup? I think you wrote it on daily again, right? Same deal. I only know like Casey's style. Monthly looks good. Daily looks balanced. Break above, goes above. Tun tun tun. Yeah, is it a balance? Oops, hold on. Let me. Um, Um, so yeah, for you, random J, I would strongly suggest to go to school to study. Like, choose a trading style that relates to you the most, and just go get knowledge. Not kind of like everything about nothing, but something decent, something real. Because a lot of schools, they're gonna be just like talking your ears about off about Bollinger Bands, Elliott waves, Dow Jones, whatever his thing was, and all this. Yeah, Casey, on your side also, I don't like when you see like something like this. What happened here on 15th of December? Once again, like 26 million shares moved, compared to like 20 times more, like 10 times more than usual. Like, what happened here? That's weird. On daily. Um, 120 millions in free float, but once again, like someone just moved uh, one fourth of the free float in one single freaking day, and we'll take a look at it on the hourly. We'll see, but this is like, whenever I see that my volume kind of shrinks, it's all in automatic proportion. Whenever I see my volume shrinks like that, I'm curious. This is not a free market. Someone just moved like um, one fourth, 25% of the stock in one day, which is better than like 200 uh, times. Like, what is it, 200? What is it even? Like 20,000, 2,000% of the stock free float in 3 days. It's better than the stock before, but still alarming. 1 2 1 2 went higher. So this really. hold on, 1 2, yeah, 1 2, yeah. So this is how this was developing. 1 2 1 2, 1 2 1 2. That's a balance now, and then it goes in this balance for a little while, and then it broke. It broke above this balance. Mm, earnings, that's all right. Some jerky movements on earnings and dividends are fine, as well as like abnormal volume on the last hour of the day with no spread. Um, this is officially now our support level. Uh, yeah, 1 2 1 2. So that's, yeah, I can also like see it like this even, because that's, yeah, I see how beautiful it is. You've seen like the last moment, but since it's a balance, and it is a balance, I have to see it like this. So monthly, okay, it's well below its pivot point, so I still have room to go on monthly. Volume distribution is good. It looks like it continues to go higher. Daily looks good, and that's exactly what I was showing. Like, you remember what was the other stock? Was it Salesforce or the other stock when I told you that it's weird that it broke above and then like jump over creek bar, and the reaction bar has similar volume but narrower spread. You remember I told you that? It's like alarming on one of the previous stocks. Here, that's exactly where it's done right. So the jump over creek, the bar that breaks above well, technically this was breaking, but it was just like it was manipulating this level by 469, 489, but like 20 ticks doesn't really count. So this bar was breaking above this resistance level, and it has a big volume, the biggest volume of this long um, trend, and narrow spread. Oh my gosh, narrow spread. Why narrow spread? Because that's exactly where um, buyers and sellers were. There was a battle, there was a struggle in between buyers and sellers. So buyers were aggressing, trying to break through the resistance, and sellers who accumulated their interests at this level were supplying all this demand, and they failed. Jump over creek closed above, and then the reaction bar, boom, less volume, but look at the spread, because there is no resistance here no more. So this looks way more healthy. I don't want to like go back and like try to find the stock, but you remember what I'm talking about. Just before that, we saw like the jump over creek and the reaction bar with similar volume and smaller spread. Why didn't it go? It means there is still some resistance in there. This bar, this reaction bar, suggests that there is no resistance here whatsoever. It's its all-time height. There is nothing in our way. It's like an empty chart. It's all just white above us. I don't remember, man. I think it was AMD. Just like for because it's so visual. I just want. Yeah, let's go check. Maybe it was AMD. Exactly. Yeah. You see, jump over creek gives a spread, and then like reaction bar, similar volume, but doesn't go. Like spread is narrow. Why? Like who is supplying here? There is nothing here. There shouldn't be any resistance. This is weird. This is alarming. Whereas here, yeah, like a small spread because it was fighting here, and like sellers were trying to like turn around the trend, and then the reaction bar, boom, the battle is done. Like the sellers lost, buyers won, and it now goes with smaller volume, with lesser volume. It goes with wider spread. So that's a good distribution um, of correlation of volume and spread. So let's see at your entry once again. Like you know that like your entry points are not my style. Uh, I call it like jumping into the last cart of the train. You know, when you see like the train is going without you, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna like hop on last minute and catch the rest of the ride. But I can't like say how much of the ride there is left. Whereas when it corrected, with higher probability, you can expect it to go higher. Yeah. So once again, I can't tell nothing about like take profit and why it should go there. But good thing is stop loss is below, well below this volume level, because if it breaks below this level and the reaction bar, so manipulates, closes below and the reaction bar below, then this is broken, and kind of point 0.5 is your last resort, but not really, because if the I'll even like not gonna extend the line, because if it doesn't hold this level, it can go all the way down here at least. So that being said, once again, Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like we don't know, we don't know. So like the entry is, I cannot like judge on entry, but months looks good. Day looks great. There is nothing in our face whatsoever. Let's see our real quick. Let's see our, yeah, you see that's where it was breaking. Here it was breaking, and you see the tail. So sellers were trying to bring it down. And correction. Hold on. Let me see how this daily thing worked. And I find this one. This is the last bar of the day. Doesn't count. And was this? That was the first. Yeah, it's good when like T1 is volumed. Like for, and then yeah, this looked like a reversal a little bit. But yeah, and then you see, uh, here was the bottle. It closed above, and then the next morning it just goes with like no volume, like not a big volume, and then the reaction. That's where the next like resistance level for hourly, but like inferior time frame resistance supports will never move the superior time frame. So like the waves of inferior time frame are always subordinative, um, in relation to a superior time frame. I just go to inferior to see if there is anything alarming. Like, I don't know, the biggest volume of the entire wave here, which can indicate the reversal of the trend, which this was. And like with this upthrust, it looked like it probably, like at least is trying to reverse. You see this biggest volume of the long trend, not the biggest, but one of the comes in. So that legit looked like a reversal. This volume forms T1 on 1 hour, coincides with the daily level, up thrusts, test, retest, you know. Could have even gotten a stop loss here, probably. So I need to analyze it further. But yeah, then it just grinds higher and closes above, and then no resistance here. And the next seller interest was here. So need to see how it interacts, but not for your purpose. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's about what I have for you on builders. Looks all good. Looks all bullish. Oh, this one I wanted to investigate. This one, like this one, but it's like you are way above, even more so now. You can say this is kind of support level, and you see how this bar just went, this big one, boom, and like ping pong. When there is a volume level, like price goes and bounces like ping pong and goes higher. But let's see, 15th of December. I'm just curious to what's. Sometimes it can be even like technical, like when you see this weird volume. Sometimes, like I don't know, even the trading view can do something weird, or the stock exchange. Uh, but this doesn't look that weird. So it was like 13. There was some volume, and then there is a gap with retest. It tries to retest, and then this volume comes in. Oh, that's the last volume of the day. No mind. once again, this like I don't get this like last volumes of the day. You see, they have like splashes all the time, and there's like a lot of technical stuff going on. People like closing and reopening positions, or I don't know, like something that doesn't move the market. It did move the market a little bit, just out of curiosity. Let's see if the 5 minute is still available for me on this um, stock. I don't think it is. It doesn't go that. Oh, it is. Yeah, you see, even on 5 minutes, it was just like one. This is not, yeah, this is not something to be concerned about. That's something technical. Some big institution, I don't know. I don't understand how this volume comes in. And it did move the market, but not that much. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't be concerned about this volume at all. And anywho, it's like, well, way below us. Way below us. It already bounced to it. So, yeah, okay, so looking good in terms of directionality, and it's always good to work on the market when there is no like historic highs, like the, gosh, what the other stock we take a look, like Salesforce. It's so nice, it's like clean and nice, it just goes, because I mean, sellers don't even know what to work of. They don't have levels, they don't have like history. So just market, like, stock is doing its all-time highs. Disregard this level, and yeah, volume distribution is also like good. It all looks healthy to me. Anything else? Either of you guys, Casey and Random J, if you're still here, uh, I'll be glad to take a look. The Schlumberger. That's now for monthly watch. SQM. It's a little bit funny. That's feeling inside. ASCCF. I don't like the ticker already. OTC. You see OTC? Stay away. That's over the counter. Over the counter markets are pink slips. It's just like, believe you me, you don't want to like deal with over the counter. So once again, I just picked something random. If Casey, yeah. Don't be shy to ask for your stocks. I'm just like, I'm just telling you like right away. OTC, like, you see the exchange, you want it to be uh New York Stock Exchange, Nasdaq, what's ARCA, like anything, any organized exchange. Over the counter, it means it's like pink slips, and I don't even understand how quotation of them happens, because it's almost like forex. They have their own. So like the technical analysis, especially volume spread analysis, is only valid. Oh, look at this on date, like has no volume. Was no, like, I mean, I call it geese, because they look like geese or swans. Like a swans. No, you want something with the setting that I've told you, like either volume by price or market cap, either like over a billion in a monthly trade volume by price, or like 2 billions. The United stocks market is so rich with so many stocks. You just, unless you have um, some certain ideas, you see, like New York Stock Exchange, ARCA. Uh, what's our exchange filters? Exchange filters are here. Exchange, you can choose it like in your here. If you don't see exchange, call plus and like choose exchange. You see how in my Amex is good, Nasdaq, any, pretty much. I only do US markets for now, but like stay away from OTC unless you are hardcore Wolf of the Wall Street fan, because he was doing all this money like from the pink slips in the beginning, by basically selling people shit with commissions that are not even regulated by any kind of governmental body. It's just, once again, unless you have um, some insights, some like crazy ideas that you want to like bring to life. using the there is volume here. Yeah, stay away from over the counter, aka pink slips. Uh, uh, you're better off playing gambling casino. It's stretched. It's above the pivot point. The point five nicely coincides with the um, sign of strength bar, the significant volume bar. Looks good and nice, well above its historical highs. It's done with it already. Um, Again, circling back to our conversation to the sales force, you see how this stock just like went through it and just like it never existed. So every stock is different, and even within the stock, every case is different. This gets a little jerky on on daily, which either indicates, unless it's some exotic case like this stock is already present on Asian markets, and while United States sleeps, it moves on Asia and then catches up in the morning with the gap, or normally it just indicates insufficient liquidity on the market, or otherwise, why is it so jerky? Um, the volume distribution on the daily is not that favorable for long, because it's the biggest volume comes not on the mm, jump over creek, but on the reaction bar. It has a good spread though, so it's kind of like, and there was like, yeah, so it's all right, and it coincides with point 0.5, so this is a good level. um, oh, and this guy pays dividends. Ooh, look at this. um, I'm not the fan of the volume though. um, Capital Grow Group's ETF. Wait, show me financials. No. Oh, that's all it has. Well, at least they managed like 5 billion, so that would be like compared to the market cap, I think. No, not the market cap, what I'm talking. um yeah, it's a finance stock, mainly United States, a little bit of Europe. Tech, electronic. Yeah, it's, I mean, uh it's long, it's long. Let's your setup. What's your setup? I like finance. 3165, 2865. Ooh, are you for real? 3730. Whoa, bro. This market been so high in general. So, what are you saying basically to me, the way I read, that after 1, 2, 3, 4 months of consequent growth with no correction on monthly whatsoever, there was a little correction here with this bullish tail, right? So on daily, we'll see it was a correction. But basically, you're telling me that this wave will just go uh, like this. It says it's just going to go like this. There's no correction. So maybe like 5, 6, 7. So like you're saying it's going to go like for over like 6 months, for over like 7 bars, like with no correction whatsoever. And then we'll probably correct and then just go higher. after it already went this. So um, after it already did this move, boom, corrected a little bit, then boom, corrected a little bit, and boom. You're saying, yeah, never mind, it will go like this. And I think, Casey, we're friends enough for me to tell you honestly, I don't believe you. It can go high, and probably it will go high, because the rule of the market is, unless it gives you any signals on the chart, and it does not for now, it's continuation of the trend. It looks like continuation of the trend. There is nothing absolutely in its face. It just uh, the group behavior dynamic is such that the price tends to move in waves. You see it corrected here a little bit and then went higher. So normally price moves in waves. It's very uncommon for a wave to go just like straight line. And that's pretty much what it already showed here. Boom, boom, boom. So, and that's exactly why we, in other culture, they call it like buy the deep, buy the salsa, like just like wait for stock to correct to point 0.5 or to like support level, ideally coinciding with each other, and then buy from here and expect that it will go again. Um, and exactly the same here. So, like zero point 0.5 of the previous level. Yeah. So, like expecting that this like price will go here and then go up again is way more natural in the way I see and understand and being taught to understand the market than rather to expect that price will go on daily. Just like, so on daily, you're telling me that it was going like this. You know, well, I don't think so. I would expect it to go like boom, boom, boom. If it continues to grind higher, boom, 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 something like this. So I don't see why I would have bought here versus buying here, which is, oops. But once again, like Casey, tell me if I'm overstepping my boundaries, and I'll shut up. 3%. It's already like my risk to reward. Stop loss 3%, reward 6% is a good deal for me. So instead of buying the dip, um, with this setup, you're saying you're just gonna buy this high and wait that it will go higher with no retracement. But yeah, other than that, okay, thank you, Case. It's nice to know, because like I have a tendency to like I have a big mouth, so like correct me if I'm going too harsh. But yeah, that's my thinking. Other than that, like everything looks beautiful. Absolutely nothing in our face on monthly. Absolutely nothing in our face on daily. Let's just jump on hourly, but it's not going to tell us nothing. Yeah, this is like the last bar of the day. Don't never mind. Nice move, just grinds hard. Yeah, and even on hourly, you see the heart of the system. The only thing I see is like correcting with the bigger volume, which is all right because it's Friday. So it kind of gave this weird volumes on correction. That would be funny if it obeys these levels even, because the way it looks on hourly is like this. Um, this is most unlikely, but technically, uh, yeah, and that's not valid because it already has a superior time frame level in our face. But the biggest volume of the entire upward movement is here, which also is a little alarming on hourly, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you on daily, because superior time frame is not a subject for inferior time frame levels or waves or anything. It will just crush everything. It's like, I don't know what to compare it, a truck, a full truck compared to, I don't know, small sedan, which is inferior time frame. But technically it did manipulate this level with the bigger volume, which is also alarming, and it closed um, long. So it did manipulate it, but like so high. I mean, never mind. It's just impossible to believe it's so high from zero point 0.5. So this correction is more realistic. So on even of hourly, so like the base model of the whole volume spread analysis is the strengths and then weakness, impulse and correction, and then manipulation in zero point 0.5, and then you can play it boom there. You will expect, because like this reflects the core, it's the heart, it's the base unit of the whole volume spread analysis and the market movement. Strengths, weakness, accumulation, strengths, weakness. And you always want to buy from here, saying like, I'm not going to wait for weakness. So like in my view, you have the first part of the equation nailed. So you see the strengths and you want to join. Like it's, I don't think I found you a single one, in a single setup of yours which would go against the trend, which is good. You're identifying the trend in the right direction, but I haven't seen a single setup from you yet where you would have identified the weakness. And the core model, the base model, is you identify the strength, then you wait for the weakness, and then you join in direction of the strengths and against the weakness. Here I see like the strengths now. I want to see the weakness. Like I want to buy the dip, I want to buy the salsa. Like I saw the strengths, boom. Please show me the weakness at least to here, but preferably to here, and then do a spring. And of course, I'm gonna buy and I'm gonna go. That's how the continuation of the trend is played in my system. Okay, that's about what I've got for you on Capital Group growth ETF. Bullish. Uh, yeah, random J. Let's see, LVC. Las Vegas Sands. New York Stock Exchange. That good. Las Vegas. What do they do? Sands. Are they kind of like, I don't like Las Vegas. Okay, so yeah, this stock is kind of in the middle of nowhere. So it was kind of, it started like in 2000, went up, and then ever since the 2008 crash, it just like plummeted. And ever since, it didn't show like much of a strength. All the volume happened here, which is good because we're like right above this volume, and that looks like a huge, huge, huge accumulation campaign for me. So I would say it will go higher from here because all the volume happened here. Someone like the stock changed hands here a lot, and something tells me that retailers were selling and the smart money were buying, just because normally retailers do not buy here and smart money do not sell here. It's not how it works. It works all the way around. And then like accumulation campaign, and someday this stock will go. And that's how smart money accumulate. They create a boring environment in which retailers just in weak hands just abandon the market. They sell the shares for like break even, small loss, or like minimal profit, and just get out of the stock and move on because they need to make money. They can't wait and they're bored to death. You know what I mean? So this looks like a good old accumulation campaign um, for smart money to make more money. That's the whole idea of smart money. Money make money, and they do it well. And our job, you guys, is to identify what smart money are doing and join the party in the direction of smart money and against the retailers, which probably from a recent movie, some people call dumb money, which I find derogatory. And I don't think it's so. I don't think it's fair uh, or good in any way to call them that way. Retailers. Um, and you'll be surprised, some institutional money, they're not necessarily dumb. They just, they don't have this maneuver. They're like slower. Um, they only buy long sometimes if you're talking about like retirement funds and stuff like that. Uh, you'll be surprised how many institutional investors are there that become a subject for losing money while smart money are making money. So it's not only retailers. Back home, they also call retailers hamsters, which is also kind of derogatory in a way. So, uh, up, up, up. Yeah, it looks more like technically it's not a balance, but I would call this balance because it missed the. Doesn't matter actually. What was the biggest volume of this trend though? That was the biggest volume. Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. It changes directions all the time. I'm not gonna like chart it all, but I just can tell you that like right here it changed the directionality like 3 or 4 times. And technically now it's in this sideways. Technically it's still short. Um Impulse slash balance doesn't really matter. And since it's short, you can also use thin levels to didn't manipulate though. Should you use them here? Let's see. So it happened like this. Yeah, it even yeah, you can. Like I mean, it doesn't give us much anyways, but yeah, you can see it like this. Yeah, Casey. Hold on. If you take from hold on, not so fast. If you look at trend from December 2023, it seems to trend upwards if bought at 15 stop loss from 20. Yes, you're right. Okay, yeah. Okay, I agree. So it's fair. Like when you see the range is like not tradable, it's like 60%. And if you look it up, it's gonna be even it's like 120%. So yeah, I agree. It's not tradable. There is no market participants' interest at this level. So you can start seeing. I use like thin levels for this regard, but there is not much to chart on months. It goes up, 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 then it goes down, and it goes down to here. It breaks it. Is it the biggest? Yeah, it breaks it down. Let me switch off my heater. It's still kind of chill in LA. Where are you at, guys? East Coast, West Coast, United States. Where are you? So yeah, like the long impulse you're talking about was just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 um, long bars. Kali, hey, random Jake, Kali, where about in Kali? I'm in LA. Where about in Kali are you? I like Kali people. I like New Yorkers too, but I like LA. So now more so, it changed the direction of this trend. You see, um, so it was going up, but then once it broke, it formed this little balance. Northern Cali, okay. Oh gosh, how did you survive the storm? I understand it was like more severe in North Cali. We kind of had this like couple rainy days, but I've heard that the other part of California was hit pretty hard. Um, I hope you're all good. Yeah, so it didn't reach this level. Instead, it formed this little kind of slowed down here, and then boom, with this bar, it breaks below, and that's the biggest bar of this starting short trend. So more than long. Uh, and you so here, yeah, that's true. Dude, this atmospheric rivers, is it a recent thing? I don't, maybe I was not caring about weather because this atmospheric rivers that we're getting. I'm glad I spent the previous winter at Hawaii, so like I didn't get much of these colds. But this winter was pretty miserable, like, and I know there was a lot of flooding, and Southern California, of course, is never ready for this rain. I was like, you don't have a draining systems like drainage? Great. So yeah, even more than long, it's kind of like the truth is that if seen from here, it's right now came to the point 0.5 of this entire like long impulse. But the thing is, it already, you don't normally want on correction for direction to change, and here it definitely changed the direction. The first sign of changing direction is breaking the support level of the long trend and closing the reaction bar, and it closed way below. And now you see again our base model. Here's the strengths and here's weakness. Like it took us 1, 2, 3, like even like one candle to make it here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles to make it to the um gosh, to the break under ice level and point 0.5 level. However, there is this weird volume. So like correction volume, you want to see like smaller volume and correction, and this volume is not smaller, it's bigger than the this down movement, this short movement. um that's about what I can tell about monthly. On daily, we have, yeah, there was not much volume. So like when it came here, I would say like this is weird. It kind of manipulates the break under ice level, uh, but doesn't have any like volume increase. That's weird. However, after that happens sometimes, especially I see it on United, less so on crypto. Crypto is more like, well, I'm telling you, like crypto is like it it goes, the price moves by the book just because it's 24/7, and I don't know why else, but like the crypto is just like, it's so beautiful, it's so good to learn just because how it just obeys the level, and they're so clear, vivid, like they're amazing. US stocks are like chaotic and choppy, and they only are traded like 9:30 to like 6 or 4:30 Eastern time, 5 days a week, with all the holidays. So they look like choppy, messy, and like volume distribution is not that obvious sometimes. But regardless, it did a transitory extremum here, and it changed its direction now, breaking below. Yeah, it looks short. It looks short on monthly. Looks short on daily. So if this, and you see this volume, the volume is beautiful. It's pretty much one of the biggest volumes on the, and it like not only the volume is big, but it closed. It's like sign of strength. There is some buying tail, but I wouldn't be concerned about it. So the close, biggest portion of the spread is below the T1, the support level of the. Um, Now it's a confirmed short trend. So it formed a um, local extremum, corrected, and then boom. So when it closes tomorrow, above this support level, it's officially broken. And if this stays the biggest volume of the short impulse, then this becomes your new resistance, and you put zero point 0.5. Normally, like that's your zero point 0.5, so you can play it on hourly from here. But if you want to play it on daily, then you go from the very beginning of the impulse. So yeah, say you had a setup, so you would short this. Um, I wouldn't. It's not within my rules, but yeah, it looks short. It's within the system. Let me see. If you look, if bought in, so this setup bought in at 51.36. Is it set up on a daily chart, hourly chart, or like 5 minutes? What time frame is it? Your setup for this stock? Okay, so Louisiana. Okay, I've never been. I should go one day. Louisiana. Is it where you have all these jazz and gosh, burlesque, beautiful music and dance? Um, Random J, I need you like to give me the time frame for this setup. So it looks short on daily. looks short. It needs uh 2 hour, and I think 2 hourly. So if on hourly, I don't work of like 2 hours. Like I'll stick to my stigma. Okay, so my like mantra is monthly, daily, 1 hour and 5 minutes. But if it shows, it shows. It will show on all the time frames. Let's see what's going on hourly. Hourly looks good again. This like one significant bar. Wouldn't be much concerned about the stale. So what was going on here? Hold on. This balance breaks above, up, up, down. Uh, yes, jazz and all, man. Yeah, like I want to go this summer jazz festival, and they also shoot. I'm an actor. I do acting, and like I know they like Georgia, Louisiana. They like shoot so much. They still cast out of like Los Angeles normally, but there's a lot of production that like moved to Louisiana, especially after COVID. I hope to book something and just go there and explore. I'd assume it's like hot and humid in the summer. Is it like miserably cold in the winter? How is the winter? Is it like four season? It's still kind of like Florida-ish, tropical-ish, right? Sorry, my geographical imbecilism for United States. I like traveled a lot of places around the world, but in United States, I pretty much stayed on the coasts most of the time. Remember, I was shooting something in North Carolina. That was cool. But other than that, it's normally like LA, New York. I don't go Vegas that much. I don't like it. Uh, so yeah, that's how it looks on hourly. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I hope the winter was all right. Wait, I'm doing. Gosh, I'm getting tired. That's how I know I'm start mixing up my colors. Of course, this is support zone is green, and the resistance is uh, red. So yeah, it looks good on hourly. I don't see a setup on hourly as of yet. So let me think. It broke, so that's like technically transitory extremum, but transitory extremum is only valid if you expect stock to reverse, and there is absolutely nothing on this stock that shows that it wants to reverse. But regardless, we would put like that's our transitory extremum right now slash T1 for the short wave, and that's our local extremum for potential reverse of the of the gosh, I'm getting tired of the potential long trend, because here in daily, even though it's short, still our base assumption, unless we see otherwise, is that the stock will try to reverse to bounce because it's a support level. But based on how it manipulated it and closed so low below it with the biggest portion of the spread uh, below the support level, of course, I wouldn't expect here this stock to reverse. And we shouldn't be placing this level yet because we need the manipulation. So technically, like we still assume this support level is not broken till tomorrow closes, but realistically, we understand most likely it will. And look at this beautiful volume. Oh, it's not that big if you look at from here, but like I don't necessarily put it like this because it's not the volume that interacted, but by this with the monthly level. But however, if we don't break above this volume tomorrow, if we stay below this volume, that's a clear sign that the market reversed, and now our contextual direction for this model will be to this level. So we are safe to assume the contextual direction of the trend of the wave on new beginning wave on daily is short. Casey, it's interesting. You spend a lot of time watching the market because like we're different time zones, and I see you here like all the time. I really admire your commitment because that what matters. You gotta log in these hours. You gotta get like education, and you gotta log in the hours. I'm working towards my 10. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become professional in anything you do. The 10,000 hour rule. Um, and it looks like you're moving to yours pretty quickly, which I respect. Yeah, it's midnight at your place. Um, yeah, bro, Casey, we'll take a look at your setup right now. Let me just finish with, is it, it's random J. So let's see random J, what you're seeing here. You're seeing, in short, you're seeing entry at, gosh, and I think it's a good I looked up the time because I should lower down my voice because it's like 10 p.m. in LA right now, and I need to respect my roomies, my housemates. Stop loss 48.71. And I think I also should call it a day soon. So we'll take a look at Casey's stock, and I think I'll ask you guys to let me go. Hold on. Doesn't check out. Entry 51.36 and profit 56.26. Now, your profit cannot be above. So your setup is long. Is it? Yeah, stop loss is. Oh, so random J, you're looking at this stock. I'm about at 10,000 seconds. That's something, man. Just convert it to minutes and then convert it. Yeah. Are you looking at it long? Because your stop loss is below your entry. Yeah. To me, it looks like you're looking at it long, and I would. Right. Yes. Oh, no, bro. I'm sorry. Bad news. So, the only long idea I could have had here, you see the incoming directionality of this balance. If you assume it's a balance, it's not. It's still a short impulse, and it doesn't have contextual direction right now until it manipulates this level. But for now, the whole thing like looks more bearish in the incoming directionality. And here, yeah, you're right, the basic idea was right. It was like going up, 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 but here it broke below the test level of the significant bar, which was later a T2 level for this long trend, and then it broke below. This is a break under ice bar with bigger volume, and then the reaction bar closes below. So now we're looking short. It's in 0.5 of this entire wave. So technically, if it comes here, manipulates this level with spring, you can like play this long, but not until then, just because the 0.5 is here in our face. But like for shorter trades, it's definitely looking short. And it came, you see, like our base model impulse, correction, like strength, weakness. And with this weakness, it came to monthly level, the resistance level, bounced to it, and already like made transitory extremum with no volume, which kind of like was suggesting it can like continue going higher. But however, um, and nevertheless, it went down instead, formed a local extremum, went up, corrected, again, strength, weakness, 1 bar, 3 bars, and then broke quite violently with this volume below, forming the T2 level, confirming local extremum, converting it to T1 level, to the support level of the short trend, confirmed directionality short, and now we are waiting for reaction. We cannot play it short until it closes by my rules, by the rules of the system that I use. I would not be able to play it short until, and actually let me add it because it pays dividends, until it closes the reaction bar below so once it closes tomorrow below this support level, officially short. But yeah, there is absolutely nothing on this stock as of now that suggests. The only again suggestion is, so like the base assumption, whenever the price manipulates with support level, we assume it will turn around and go back. So like the probability of price going back within the range and making contextual direction till the opposite um, side border of the range is more likely that it breaks through. However, concerning the directionality, it's a trend level, it's a trend support level, so most likely it's more likely that it's going to break it rather than bounce and go back. So I would expect it to just close above the support level tomorrow, somewhere around here, form the test level of this bar, and then bounce of it and go lower. So um yeah, bro, that's how I see it. Yeah, if any other questions for the stock, let me know. Let's see the cases set up, and gentlemen, I'll ask you to let me go because I want to have a good sleep till tomorrow. Capital, you're looking finances now, right? Oh, it's an ETF. Do they pay dividends? They do, so it passes for my list. Yes. Oh, and by the way, Casey, I wanted, like, remember like how I told you that like it's less likely that the price will go like 7 months with no correction, and I'm proven wrong right away. Look, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, exactly 7 bars all long in one impulse on monthly. So you see, there is always exclusion that will prove you're wrong, but also sometimes exclusions confirm the rule, if you know what I mean. So yeah, considering one of your previous setups, it can definitely just continue grinding higher. It just like not the probability I'm relying on in my trend, in my trade. You see the first level, like first sign of me getting tired, I start like losing my English. English starts failing me. My tongue starts like kind of like struggling. Um, Good, strong. I'm not a fan that the sign of strength significant bar is like so down there below, not even close to point 0.5 and not on the jump over creek, but that doesn't mean anything. We just don't want it to be up there high. The problem is alarming is the case when like all volume is here and you're like, oh, this stock potentially is reversing. Yeah, looks all good on monthly. It's healthy, all-time highs with nothing, absolutely nothing whatsoever in your face, or in our face, I can say, because we are friends. Uh, we are in this boat together. Uh, and now also the random J from Northern Cali, who survived the storms. um, yeah, it's not much I can tell you. Like once again, I'll be just like continuing my mantra because I'm like a Pavlov's dog. I was like trained a certain way, and I would always continue to repeat the same and same mantra. Um, I already know without even seeing your setup that your setup is somewhere over here. I would have waited it for come here because like strengths, weakness, resumption. So now I have like both probabilities in my favor in my pocket. I have strength and I'm gonna like join the direction of the strengths, and I saw the weakness. Now I know that I'm in the right place. I'm joining for strengths against weakness. Like, but you most likely will want to join just in direction of the strengths without checking the weakness. How long do you typically hold stocks then before you think you're bail? Not sure if that's okay to ask, if I'm just wondering. No, 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 it's a good question. Like I hold stock till it hits my take profit. I don't bail. So like I set it up uh February 21st, March 3rd is still like crippling up. I'm just waiting. If it hits my virtual stop loss, I don't put real stop loss. If it hits my virtual stop loss, I bring my take profit to break even, and 90% of the case, 95% of the case, stock will go back just to let me out of the stock so that I broke even and I didn't lose money if stock goes against me. But unless it does, and this level, I can hold it. So if it just doesn't let me out, it just goes hits my virtual stop loss, and I move my take profit to break even, and it doesn't go here, doesn't unlock me and just hold me in the money, I'll be just sitting on it, waiting for it to come back, and meantime collecting my dividends. So it's kind of money I invested in the stock, and they're just sitting there. And like even if it goes like wherever it goes, once it goes back, it unlocks me. I just froze my money, and they were generating me passive income with dividends, and that's it. um, but yeah, I'm not going to do anything to the stock until it's either hits here or hits here. Comcast, same deal. It either goes here or here. That's it. Like I'm sitting in the stock till February 20th, and I'll sit in it virtually forever until it like goes either way. HSBC a little different because I took 20% on the 5 minute. I entered on 5 minutes, and then I took 20% here at point 0.5 of the daily range. I'll take another 20% at the daily range. I'll take another 20 at monthly range, monthly level. I'm sorry, and I'll take another 20 once I see what's going on here. But once again, I do nothing. I just sit on the stock till it either goes my desired direction to take profit or stop loss. If it gives me this alarm, I'll just put my take profit to break even and wait for stock to unlock me from there. If it doesn't, if it just goes lower, I'll be sitting on it. If it goes here or here, wherever it goes, I'll be just sitting collecting my dividends. Next time due on March 7th. You know what I mean? Another deal I'm in right now. Why does it not show? Yeah, this hourly. Same deal. I'll be sitting in it as long as needed. I don't manage my trades. Like I had an idea, unless I see something like change terribly. Even that, whatever happens, if it goes down here, gives me alarm. I'll take my take profit to break even and wait for it to let me out into my money. Meantime, collecting my dividends. Support and resistance, yeah, mainly support, resistance, and point 0.5. And supports and resistance are formed by wave levels, T1, T2, also like ice creeks for balances, like T1, T2 for impulses, ice and creeks for balances, and level and test level for significant bars, also break under ice and jump over creeks. Sometimes I see like I draw these volume levels, if like there's something alarming. So it means like I want my take profit be before this volume level because I'm not sure what this is about. So I don't want the price to come here, bounce like in ping pong and go back. So I want to make sure if I see something like alarming in terms of the volumes, I want to put them here and make sure that my take profit is uh, before before that. Hope this explains. Okay, back to cases setup. Okay, in 10:08, I really need to lower my voice down. I know that I have a tendency to be loud. 64, 64, profit 491, 1491, stop loss 2684. Ooh, this is like monthly setup. This is not daily. Oof. I'm still eager to know how do you define your stop losses, because good thing is it's a monthly setup for sure. Good thing is your um, stop loss is well below 0.5, and that's where I would have expected price to correct, especially considering the volume level is like way below, which is a little bit strange for me. So like I would expect it to correct here, and that would be my base model. Again, strengths, weakness, and then strengths again. That's my model. But yeah, good thing stop loss is below 0.5. Once again, you're telling me that it's like, just go. Well, that's your right. That's your vision of the market. It's in direction of the market. There is nothing in the monthly phase whatsoever. Uh, the biggest volume of all time. Oh, it's such a young stock. Oh, it's an ETF. Yeah, we are above of this like big volume. I would be aware too, if anything. This is kind of again like you need to investigate it on hourly and maybe even like daily, hourly, and even 5 minutes. Was it something technical or was it something real? For days, yeah, like your days don't make much sense because like of how big is the setup. It's like monthly. It's kind of like doesn't make like daily chart doesn't help you anyway with this kind of stop loss and take profit. But yeah, again, little accumulation. Now it's in the um, trying to break technically this level. So if it closes above this level tomorrow, it's good to go. Can continue to grind higher. There is no in point, like there is no point to even look at in 1 hour. Just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, except for the setup itself, like you're definitely in the direction of the strengths. You don't want to see the weakness whatsoever. But yeah, considering the directionality and the strengths, you're in the right direction of the market. Um, what percent of account do you use per trade? It's a great question because I'm now readjusting. Um, I still work of the stop loss, but I'll change it. I think in like 6 months from now, I have multiple accounts, two IRSs like Roth accounts and two brokerage accounts, and I think each of this account will be like separated in three equal parts. So I'll be setting up like 1/3 of each account of like specific account for each trade. As of now, my calculation is I have a stop loss, I have a risk unit. So say like you're ready to risk like my risk is 3% of my brokerage account. So say you have like 100 grand account, so your risk unit with 3% is like 3,000. So um, the difference in between my entry and my stop loss should be no more than 3% of my account. And then my take with the regular deal is 6%, but sometimes I can stretch it like pretty much into the skies. If I was lucky to enter this deal in 5 minutes, which I was, it gives me huge leverage. But like I wouldn't be focused about this one. Oh, Z Money. I thought like, oh, you have the same color like Random J. Hey, Z Money, how's it going, man or woman? I don't know, human friend. But yeah, like on the regular trade, like 1 to 2, like this one to two. Oh, why is it? Need to fix it. It's 1 to 2. Yeah, it's here. I'll double check that my take profit is right, but it should be. I think I just moved it accidentally. On 1 to 2 regular trades, once again, like the stop loss is 3% of my account, and my possible gain is 6% of my account. That's how I roll. So for like once again, for every like 400K of the brokerage account, it's like 3,000 in stop loss. And this is 1 to 2 as well. This is different deal. I entered in 5 minutes and 22nd of February. So those are like sweet deals when you can really make a lot of money and grow your account fast once you learn to do that. So I entered this deal here with 1 to 2 on 5 minutes. And then, like by the time it was closing, I only closed 20% here of the deal. And the rest I transferred to my investment deal because it was a good entry point for investment. So I put another 20% here. I put another 20%. I can't even like calculate you right now on the go how much it is, but it's a lot. It's a huge leverage. When you can catch a good investment deal that you would have entered, I would have entered here by the daily close anyways. But if you're able to enter the investment deal that you would normally enter from the daily chart from 5 minutes, whoo, that's where the honey is. That's where you can, I don't know, you can triple your account in one deal like that. Zimani, you kind of caught us like before we wanted to wrap it up, but does it answer your question? So as a rule of thumb, I do like 1 to 2 trades, and 3% of my account is my risk um, unit. So I risk 3% on regular deals. I gain 6%. But if I'm lucky to transfer my day trade to say um, swing trade, then I'll continue to run it. Like if I say I entered here, but then by the like towards the end of the day trade, I see that like I have a good setup for swing trade. I'll close 20% of the day trade, and the other I will run, or 50% and 50, whatever I feel about it. And that's a good, give you good multiplicator. Yes, thank you. And quick thoughts on BTC and crypto. BTC, oh, BTC start moving again. Let's see. You mean in general or where it is right now? So I never, first of all, I would never bring any substantial funds into crypto. Like depending on your broker, they're not covered by insurance. So like if you use any kind of international exchange like Binance, Bybit, or something, um, like say you have like I don't know 500,000 Binance, and then you wake up next morning like it happened with FTX. And I had some money on FTX, very small money, but like still, well, no money is small to lose just overnight for nothing. Then I woke up next morning and the FTX is gone, and Samuel Beck Friedman is gone, or like in the handcuffs, you know. So it's not fun at all. With American brokers, you're insured, so my money is insured. I more so studied trading on Bitcoin perpetual futures, and you see I'm not on the Bitcoin chart even. I'm at perpetual futures because you can both long and short it, buy and sell, and they have like leverage. They're very nice. So that's my take on crypto. So the risk of losing your entire deposit is just unreasonable for me. And the exchanges within the United States, like Coinbase, like whatever is there, OKX, or not the OKX, there is some other ones. They are just terrible in terms of their commission structure and everything. So I don't know why. If you like Zimani, are you United States or like where are you at? Are you, yeah? If you're within United States in German cold storage, yeah, is something. But I don't like this. Like, I mean, unless you're filthy rich and you kind of like I don't know, your system already overwhelmed the United States market or like other legit stock markets, like why keep money of it balanced? But yeah, like why would you want to do crypto unless like I know international friends that do not have access to United States market, and that makes sense for them because like what difference does it make? But like if you can operate within like American market, why would you? This is basically like a forex. You know, like it's better than forex because it's still an auction. It has depth of the market, and kind of they try to satisfy the best bid and best ask and to facilitate the trade. So like technical analysis is applicable to this market, at least to the crypto. But the risks of just losing your deposit is just like way too big for me. Um, I hope it helps on crypto. And once again, like with like this stock, Dr. Pepper, like I put a virtual stop. So if I'm unfortunate and like I wrong guessed and market goes against me, it hits my alarm. I put my take profit to break even. And even if it doesn't, like 95% it will let me out. But even if it doesn't and it locks me within this stock, I'll be just collecting my dividends, invested money in Dr. Pepper or HSBC or Comcast or Air, whatever they are, Air products, some legit American or international stock that is, listed on American Stock Exchange. What is the likelihood of this stock just disappearing into the thin air, blowing up the Dr. Pepper that's been on the market like ever since, I don't know, like what? They don't even have like historical data for this stock, but you know what I mean. Like it's a legit stock, and yeah, it can blow up any minute, and like Dr. Pepper is a weak example, because I mean, it's like so that they can just die someday. But the likelihood of Bitcoin, let alone any kind of altcoin, just to die and disappear like Luna did or something else is like way, way, way more higher than any of American stock I can think of. Not over the counter pink slips, of course, that random J loves, but regular stocks. Um, so yeah, yeah. If you have a little bit like I have crazy people like internationals again, not Americans, who have like shit lot of bitcoins in their cold storages. I don't get this fetish. Yeah, random J. I feel like we're getting it got like kind of friendly. So I have a habit of making jokes of my friends, and you please do the same to me. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't bet my fortune on Bitcoin to be short. But yeah, it's in this crazy long trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months with no correction whatsoever. A little slowdown here, like it looked like it was reversing because this bar looks like it's calling shorting of trusts, like similar volume, even bigger volume, and like almost no spread. Normally, that's where stock corrects or reverses, but it didn't. It went up here. Yeah, I just got some of my bitcoins. Z Money, you're a smart man or a woman. I don't know. I'm more of a Coca-Cola guy. Yeah, I know. Like I liked all good Pepsi, and like in India, I used to drink a regular Pepsi that contains like flavors and caffeine and like gets you high. All good Pepsi. They don't do it like in the United States anymore. But yeah, if you have bitcoins that you bought by 300 bucks, I would just keep it for like, and I have a friend, like he was mining bitcoins. I think like his average price was something like close to what you're saying. And he kind of like, he holds them for dear life. Uh, he laughs for his grandkids. I don't know. I'm a trader. I'm less of an investor. I'm more of a trader. So, of course, like it grows, but also like using this capital, like selling up here high, like when it came here, did the 2 bar up thrust, maybe even here last chance, like test resumption, like yeah, like you would have made more money like trading it. So I'm up a lot and don't need the money, so I haven't sold, luckily. Love your take, thank you. Yeah, of course. You need to, yeah, you hold it, just you can just hold it. But I mean, once again, I'm a trader, I'm not an investor. I would have made more money like selling them up here, like, or somewhere with this range, and then using them, adding them to my working capital, you know. But enough on this like long-term ideas. So it didn't correct, it just went higher. Now it's like nearing all, it's already on this level and it's nearing all-time highs. So, and the way it approaches, normally when it wants to break, you see again, like when it wants to break, it cripples, goes to the level, accumulates here, and then breaks up violently, and then reaction bar closes above the broken resistance. But when it comes like from the neutral zone in 1 bar, hits it, no reaction, and then reaction bar down, and then we're going down. It kind of looks for now that it repeats this pattern unless it accumulates really heavily here, like accumulates, and then we'll try to break it. But even this whole leg, something shows me that it's not like how the levels are broken. You know what I mean? It's not as crazy as here, of course. But yeah, I would expect some correction rather than the stock the Bitcoin like wildly to break through this level. I think it will be more like so like this. But this level is non-existent. You need to understand because it's already broke, change directionality. So that's just a historical. Let's put it as the historical level so we don't get confused about the real nature. Uh, you don't do nothing of this Bitcoin manipulating this level. But yeah, if you had it by 300 bucks, unless you have a brighter ideas, just hold it. I think the exponential growth of Bitcoin is over, but who am I to judge on that? Uh, Tradesman, hey tradesman, I'm neither and both. I do day trade, I do swing and investment trade. So I start from months and find a good level. This is not very indicated, like even like this. I find a good level for investment trade, and then I go see the entry point on daily. And if I get lucky, an hourly gives me, so like at least I want this stock for investment trade, and that's what I did here. But if say I went on hourly, an hourly gave me good setup, I've started from swing trade, and then at the take profit of the swing trade, I would have closed 20% of it, and the other 80 or like 50% of it, and the other 50 ran as an investment trade. It gives me way bigger leverage. Or even if I got like super lucky, which I did, which is HSBC. See, I wanted the stock on, I liked it on monthly in point 0.5 correction of the trend. Then on daily, I would have bought it by the close of the day here. And on hourly, it didn't give me an entry point, but on monthly, was it like 20s or what day was it? On 22nd? On 5 minutes, all of a sudden towards the end of the day, it gave me the entry point, so I was able to like enter it in day trade and close 20% at the take profit of day trade, and took the rest, converted to my investment trade, 20% here in zero point 0.5 of the daily range, 20% at the daily range, and then 20% at monthly, and I'll like see like what to do with the rest 20%. So I'm kind of like surfing back and forth and temporality, switching in between time frames. As the rule of thumb, I find a good opportunity on the monthly chart, then I go to inferior time frame, which is daily, to see for an investment setup. And then if the potential of this place is good for an hourly setup, I switch lower down to 1 hour chart to look for a swing trade. And even if like 1 hour offers me something like that makes me think that the 5 minute can be good for a day trade, I go down there, because the lower you go in time frame, the earlier you can identify the entry point for your trade, if it makes sense. So yeah, I switch in between all of them, and I don't discriminate. It doesn't matter, because technical analysis works the same way on any time frame. I can take, I don't know, 12 months time frame. I can tell 3 hour time frame. Like I never go below like 5 minutes, because like 3 minutes, 1 minute, let alone seconds, it's all noise. There's so much noise on them. It's not functional. So it's not good for technical analysis. It doesn't reflect a good psychological patterns of the group dynamics of the market participants. It's just noise, technical noise. It's over 1.23 million. It's a slower game now. Yeah. So, why do I use bars? Because they're more indicative for me. Like when you turn it to, you want your chart to be clear and indicative, so like you can lay your eye on important stuff. And green and red colors, they kind of like have a psychological influence over us. Even that is not good, but it just like it's okay. Like you see, my volumes are also like gray, because you guys know, right, that like volume is neither bearish nor bullish, right? So in order for 8.24 million shares of HSBC to change hands on February 21st, there must have been equal amount of buyers and sellers. One bought the shares, the other sold. So it's neither bearish nor bullish. So it's a misconception to look at them as the green volumes and red volumes. So are the bars. It's just like if you have all this and you put like throw like I don't know, half a dozen indicators, all different colors, and then all of a sudden your chart looks like a Christmas tree, and like just make it blink, and that's a freaking Burning Man or Coachella, and I don't know, it just distracts. And once again, green and red awakens your instincts. That's not dangerous for me anymore, because I'm already in trade. But when you look and analyze the chart, and all of a sudden there is like greens and reds, like red is the sign of alarm and green is the sign of, like, I don't know, food, prosperity, life. So you will be biased subconsciously in your psyche to do certain things. So it kind of distorts your view of the market, and I don't like it. I don't need any assistance to read the market. Um, Bars for me are very indicative in terms of opening and close. I don't know, it just looks great to me. But yeah, Z Money, if you want to wrap up on my view of Bitcoin, it's definitely in a long trend. It's approaching all time high. Normally, any financial instrument does some kind of correction or reversal at all time highs, even though it's not a level for this chart anymore. And I don't think you're interested in daily and hourly, really. If you've been holding ever since it was 300, it's not kind of like your consideration. So you're like futures doesn't even have it. I don't even know like how long you've been holding it. Um, but yeah, so I think then you're not interested in like daily or hourly analysis, are you? Um, yeah, it still looks extremely long, extremely bullish. It manipulates the resistance level, the trend resistance level, but based of all this volume, it just looks it's gonna break it up and just go. So we don't know where it's gonna stop, but um, one thing for sure is gonna stop somewhere, and then we'll be seeing what it's gonna do next. Daily. Yeah, you can do perpetuals. That's like I've learned trading on perpetual futures. I was polishing my trading techniques on Bitcoin perpetual futures. So yeah, on hourly it broke up, manipulated, interacted with the daily level, but once again, it's not a counter trend, like not trend day level where it like manipulates and changes the direction. But here, like there is nothing that wouldn't suggest that it will just break it and go higher on an hourly level. This on an hourly chart. On an hourly chart, though, let me put it here. Uh, but yeah, Zimani, great job on your holding muscle. It's kind of like makes you a great candidate for a successful trader. Um, so yeah, what I wanted to show you is that this daily strong candle is mainly formed by this 1 hour, which formed this like T1 level. Then I start charting it like within. So like I've changed the levels because like the hourly and daily charts start contradicting each other in directionality. I was just saying this. That's why you need interior time frames all the time. You get context from superior time frame, but then you like kind of zoom in into inferior time frame and see what happened there in reality. So this sign of strength bar on February 28th is all here in 1 hour, like really in 1 hour, this whole volume. And this suggests like when the T1 level, a counter trend level, is formed by a strong volume, you can expect um, trend to potentially reverse. But anywho, it didn't last that long. We here like start charting it differently. So now what it did on hourly, it formed this level, this extremum, which is called transitory extremum because that's where supposedly a wave of inferior time frame turns and breaks against the level of superior time frame. And I can't tell for sure what it is doing here right now, but it's definitely trying to decide where it wants to go. So um, this and this, then actually this local extremum comes in, and it's already been confirmed. So yeah, technically technically it confirmed its reversal ever since it interacted and springed this level. However, the potential new short trend, short wave, now looks extremely weak. Doesn't look. Sometimes you can even dive into, like, I do day trades. I can do day trades. It's within my rules. You got to follow for. Oh, thank you, Zimani. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, of course. Anytime. If you have any stocks you want me to take a look at this. Before you go, I just wanted you to show this. You see this entire volume. Um, March 4th, midnight, is here in 1 5 minute bar. Someone just violently like sold all this volume. Not sold, so like once again, same deal. There is like a 16,000 bitcoins that were bought and sold in 5 minutes only. So whoever was buying here was supplied so aggressively that it went almost 3%, which is bananas. For 5 minute chart, like 3% in 1 5 minute bar is bananas. So technically, when it comes to here, I could have day traded it. I don't like trade crypto anymore, but yeah, comes here to point 0.5 of the entire short trend, shows me nice little manipulation signal on 5 minutes, gives me an entry point. I would ride this wave short 1 to 2 on daily easily, because this looks, there is no point again to switch it like down to 1 minute and see how the volume is distributed within this 5 minutes, because once again, like everything below 5 minutes in my experience is just a noise. You cannot like see the real market participants there. It's just some technical things. Yeah, Zimani, it's like 10:37 p.m. in LA right now. I gotta go to, what time do you usually stream? I normally stream around like 9 to 10 a.m. LA time, which is 10, 11, which like around noon and lunchtime, mm, East Coast time. And then I normally stream the last hour of the New York exchange. So like 3 to 4 Eastern time, which is, again, what is it? Noon to 1 LA time, and then something around here, just like earlier around this time, maybe like 8 to 9. Like, so I normally stream several days. Every time, like, I show all my trades. Every time I sit at the monitor, I'll start stream and showing my trades. But yeah, keep in touch. And once again, like, if you have any setups, if you have any stocks you want me to take a look at, or cryptos, ETFs, any financial instruments, even international, show them to me. I'll be glad to show. I'm really here to pay forward, um, to in gratitude of all the people who taught me and some specific people who taught me all this knowledge. But yeah, guys, Zimani, Random J, Casey, gosh, my English is failing me. I gotta go now, and I see you guys around. Let's see how markets move tomorrow. I'm excited for Monday. Take care now. Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, Random J. Talk to you soon.